I gave my ex-wife a large amount of my lottery winnings despite my girlfriend's anger. Last month, I bought a scratch-off ticket at the gas station like I do every Friday after work. Usually, I lose $5 and call it entertainment, but this time, I stared at that ticket for a full minute before it hit me. I'd won $250,000. My girlfriend Jessica was the first person I told. She literally screamed and started jumping around my apartment talking about all the things we could buy. A new car, a down payment on a house, maybe that trip to Hawaii she'd been wanting. She was already planning our future with money that wasn't even in my bank account yet. But I kept thinking about my ex-wife, Lisa, and our two kids, Sophie and Jake. Lisa and I divorced 3 years ago, and it wasn't because we hated each other. We just grew apart after 12 years of marriage. She got the kids most of the time, and I see them every other weekend. Here's the thing, though. When I was starting my construction business 8 years ago, Lisa worked 2 jobs to keep us afloat. She'd get up at 5 to open the coffee shop, then work at the grocery store until midnight. For 3 years, she basically carried our whole family while I figured out how to run a company. She never complained, even when I had to use our savings for equipment, or when I couldn't pay myself for months. She'd make dinner for the kids, help with homework, and still encourage me when I wanted to quit. Lisa believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. Now, she works at a medical office and lives in this tiny apartment across town. She drives a beat-up Honda with 200,000 miles on it. Last month, Sophie needed dental work that insurance didn't cover, and Lisa had to borrow money from her sister. When I went to claim my winnings, I made 2 separate deposits. I kept $100,000 for myself and Jessica. Then I put $150,000 into an account for Lisa and the kids. That night at dinner, I told Jessica what I'd done. She dropped her fork and stared at me like I'd lost my mind. She started yelling about how Lisa was my ex for a reason, and that she didn't deserve anything from us. She said I was being stupid and throwing away our future for someone who didn't even love me anymore. I tried explaining about everything Lisa had sacrificed for me, but Jessica wasn't hearing it. She said that was ancient history, and that Lisa made her choice when she divorced me. She actually said Lisa was probably just using the kids to manipulate me into giving her money. That's when I knew Jessica and I were done. Anyone who could say that about my kids and the woman who gave up her dreams to help mine wasn't someone I wanted to build a future with. The next day, I called Lisa and asked her to meet me for coffee. When I told her about the money, she started crying right there in the restaurant. Not happy crying, but overwhelmed crying. She kept saying it was too much and that she couldn't accept it. I told her it wasn't charity. It was me finally paying back some of what she'd given up for our family. The money would go into college funds for Sophie and Jake, and she could use some of it to buy a reliable car and maybe put a down payment on a small house. Lisa hugged me and said it was the kindest thing anyone had ever done for her. She promised the money would be used wisely and that the kids would know it came from their dad who loved them. Jessica moved out that weekend, taking half the stuff in my apartment and telling me I'd regret choosing my ex-wife over her. She said I'd never find anyone who loved me as much as she did.